Alright, everybody, what is up? It is me, Above the Zero, and today with me is...
Me.
Last week, the recording...
We fucked up.
Alright, well, hold on. We recorded, I rendered it, I thought I uploaded it, deleted the file, and it never got uploaded. So, yeah.
We did this great story about TSM double lift and the future TSM and the future CLG. And
We also had some insight about a new tournament and, like, all these other things, and, like, nobody else has reported it yet. You were gonna hear it here first,
yeah,
but,
it was
like...
actually good, and now it's
Whoa,
got headlines.
actually good.
It's got headlines everywhere else, so it's gone forever.
But we have this week, though, so...
It's just not the same.
Let's hop straight into things.
Alright, so this week, we've got a few nice things to talk about. Do we want to start out with some more roster drama, or are we
Sure,
going
why
to
not?
start out with Hearthstone?
Let's do some roster drama.
Alright, so, this week, TSM, as usual, is up on the plate for some roster drama, but a new contender is approaching. H2K from Europe has
What a
decided
surprise.
that they want to join in on the shit show.
Well, you all saw the performance that I dub as Lulex. Second Worlds in a row. Absolute dog shit.
Yeah.
And, well, they decided to replace him.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure if they kicked him from the team or if he left mutually. The article says that they parted ways mutually, but that could just be them saying leave and him just not arguing. So,
I mean, so TSM still has a support, a jungle, and a top lane to fill. And H2K, for all we know right now, they have to fill in jungle.
but the top lane position for H2K, Svenkerson,
Svenskeren?
that guy, fuck. Alright, we need to edit.
Nope, it's fine. Continue.
Nope, we have to edit. Now we do. We absolutely have to edit now.
No, it's alright.
Nope,
Continue.
no!
No, we're not.
Do
We're
we have
doing
to
one
edit?
take Jake.
No!
No,
One
keep
take
it going.
Jake is dead!
Keep it going.
He's gone forever!
Svenskeren.
Let go of me!
Svenskeren.
I'm gonna do it! So the top laner from H2K, Svenskeren, is in a bit of a tug of war between TSM and not Lulex, and H2K, because they're having a contract battle to see who he's gonna play for.
I would just like to make a correction. Svenskeren was the jungler for SK, and
Well, we're talking about H2K.
yeah, but Svenskeren is fighting for a position to get paid more in TSM and H2K.
Oh, I didn't understand the situation.
But it's alright. He doesn't understand.
I should have read the article.
It's okay.
I
I'm
didn't
here for
actually
you.
read it. I just found the article.
I'm here for you, buddy. It's alright.
John read the article.
It's
I just found them.
Anyways, hopping
So
into
let's
the
edit that
second
out.
article. No, stop. It's heading into the second article. We got
The second article is about the Hearthstone World Championships, which has been completed, and our predictions, which had no information to base them on and were complete guesses and completely ignorant. Well, mine was right. John, who did you...
I wanted Temple Storm to win, but then again, you were also wrong because you said Hearthstone when it's Heroes of the Storm.
I said Heroes of the Storm.
Nope, you said Hearthstone.
You can go back.
You can go
in
back
the recording.
15 seconds.
No, you can go back. 15
You can go back
seconds.
15 seconds.
Regardless.
It's Heroes of the Storm.
Heroes of the Hearth. With Heroes of the Stone. So the team that won was Cloud9. That's the team I said was gonna win. That's the bottom line. I didn't watch too much of that tournament. You watched a little bit more of it than I did.
It was alright. Didn't watch a lot of it, to be perfectly honest, but
Yeah, John plays a little bit of that game. I don't. I don't find it that entertaining, but it's definitely a good esport. It's a nice scene to get into. I mean, MOBAs are really fun.
okay, the difference between Heroes of the Storm and League of Legends is Heroes of the Storm is a lot more fast-paced. So if you want more action, go over there and watch some Heroes of the Storm. But if you want more... I mean, Heroes of the Storm is methodical, but if you want more methodical, slow, brought-out games with more individual skill, then you want to watch League of Legends.
There you go. So what's our last article here that we're going to talk about?
So it's not actually an article, it's what we believe, not what went wrong with the World Championship.
Oh,
but,
for League of Legends, we're talking about now. That's right.
but what we thought of the World Championship. So I'll let you start.
So we're about a week late on this one, but I think the World Championships were entertaining to watch for the first half, and then it slowly went on a downward spiral to the point where it was barely even entertaining to watch the finals, and that's just a real shame.
I mean, all right. Here's my opinion on it. NA overperformed by a lot. Now, when you think about this, there were 2 patches that were changed before Worlds even happened. They have yet to do that in any other World Championship. And
Or any competitive scene.
Yeah, like in esports, because
excluding like a spring split.
Yeah, because you don't know what's gonna happen, what's gonna be the power picks, how the players are gonna play it, because you can get all that information from solo queue, but if you've played ranked 5s, you know it's different. Like
Completely.
there's it is a completely different playing field. So they didn't have the information that they needed. To list off a couple of champions that were disabled, there was Gragas, Lux,
And Ziggs.
and Ziggs.
Now, Lux and Ziggs didn't have that big of an impact on the meta of the tournament, but as it stood in the tournament before the semifinals, which is when Gragas was disabled, Gragas, Rek'Sai, and Elise were the 3 power junglers. Now, almost every game, Elise would be banned. So you have to pick between Gragas and Rek'Sai, which is a pretty even trade. Both those junglers have pretty even strengths. It's a good trade-off. But once you take Gragas out of that equation...
There's 1 power pick.
Exactly. So if you're blue team and you ban Elise, or if you ban Rek'Sai and then pick Elise, you either get Rek'Sai or Elise, and then the other team has to pick a tier 2 jungler instead of getting one of the S tier junglers. Don't know why I went from number tiers to letter tiers, but... that causes a real problem in pick ban phase where one team will always have an advantage. And that was already starting to come out in the tournament because Gangplank and Mordekaiser showed to be such power picks that were banned on red side almost every single game. And then Tom Kench got to that point too.
Now, some people may argue the fact that the pick ban is a part of the game. It is, but that's almost inexcusable in my opinion.
Yeah, I just don't think it's fair to teams that actually built their strategies around Gragas and that playstyle.
Like Origin.
Like Origin and Fnatic. Fnatic.
Yeah. Did you see Reignover's game on Skarner? It was absolutely pitiful.
Teams that built their strategy around that type of pick and ban where there aren't champions disabled in the middle of the tournament were just thrown into the dogs.
Yeah, that also comes with not testing anything with pro teams before.
And I guess they could have adapted a little better too. If they're going to say they're pro teams, they should be able to adapt. But where do you draw the line? Especially on a bug that seems like...
everybody knew about.
Yeah.
A couple of other things. These are minor. These are my complaints. Like, there was a point where Marin and Faker were locked out of their hotel. I'm sure you saw the video of, there's this popular streamer called Groscore. He had drama with Riot and all this other shenanigans with the hotels, and it's just, it wasn't organized
at all. Yeah.
You had something to say about hype.
I feel like Europe, even though the crowd in Europe, they seemed like they were really enjoying it and it was good for like the World Championship, NA, and then go to Korea, now they're in Europe, it makes sense. And for group stage when they were in France and it was super hype and like everybody was really excited, and then they went to London for the quarterfinals and it was like, ooh, less hype, but yeah, we're still excited. And then they got to the semifinals and it was like, what are we doing here in Brussels? Nobody's yelling, nothing's happening. It's not very exciting. And then the finals came around finally and it was just dead.
I made this point to him probably like 20 minutes ago. I feel like the real success about group stages in France was actually the French casters, because I mean, I remember there was a point where there were like 35 minutes worth of delays. The crowd was going crazy, doing the wave. Like the French casters were amazing at keeping the crowd into it with all the technical difficulties
Yeah.
that happened
I agree.
at the World Championship. I just have to emphasize that all the technical difficulties. But I mean, there are also other people. I heard this argument: esports are not like other sports. They have the technical side of the game, and I mean, sometimes you break the code. We all know you have a patch, and then there's a patch 30 minutes later because you change the value of X and it changes Y.
Yeah, I mean, things can go wrong in games.
But this is your world championship. You should pay more attention to it, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
I agree. I mean, not to say that things like this can't happen in regular sports,
Yeah,
because
no,
if
it
you remember
definitely
a couple of
happens.
years ago in the Super Bowl, the biggest sporting event in America, the lights went out.
Yeah, it definitely happens, but to the same extent that it happens for League of Legends, even compared to just other esports,
It seems like Riot doesn't give enough attention to actually making sure their game is perfect before it goes into tournaments. And I don't mean perfect as in flawless, I mean perfect as in things like this don't happen, where teams get completely annihilated because their strategy is no longer valid. But that's a pretty good spot to wrap up a discussion about Worlds, at least.
I don't believe we have anything else for today, actually.
Yeah, we've just about covered all of our topics for now. But if you guys ever have any suggestions for things that you think we should cover next week that we don't cover in 1 week, be sure to post them in the comments with an article or something for us to check out. All the articles that we use will be in the description as usual. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all those things that John hates for me to ask you to do. And we'll see you next time.
One more thing. This is kind of like the off season for esports, so you're gonna hear a lot of roster drama.
Yeah,
So-
we'll call it hoodie and sweatpants season.
Because that's what we do in Rochester.
Hoodie and sweatpants season.
I was actually at work today. It was pitch dark, all the clouds. Okay, starts downpouring. Were you awake at that time?
I was asleep all day.
Okay, pitch black, starts downpouring for like 45 minutes. Okay. All of a sudden, clouds disappear,
Right.
just like Jesus came over and like shoved them aside. Light. 20 minutes later.
Why? Really?
Oh, did I forget to mention
We
that
should-
it was also raining while it was lighting? 20 minutes later, straight. No, this needs to be in there. They need to know. They need to know how bad Rochester is.
Just put it in
20 minutes later, downpour. So, anyways, that's my Rochester weather sucks.
And so does the off season for most esports.
So, hey, that's a good transition
All right.
or segue.
Yeah.
All right, see you guys next time.
Adios, amigos.